Srimad Bhagavatam 5.1.12. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Natatta kashchid tapasa vidyayava.
Tasakashit tapasa vidyayava.
Na yoga viryena manisayava. Na varta dharmai pritasvatova. Katam vahantum tanubrid vibhavuyat. That translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. One cannot avoid the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not by strength of severe austerities, in exalted Vedic education, or the power of mystic yoga, physical prowess, or intellectual activities. Nor can one use his power of religion, his material opulence, or any other means, either by himself or with the help of others, to defy the orders of the Supreme Lord. That is not possible for any living being, from Brahma down to the ant. Purport. In the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 3.8.9, Yajnavalkya says to Gargi, the daughter of Gargamuni, Itashava Akarshayasha Prashasane Gargi Surya Chandamasao Vidatao Tishtata. My dear Gargi, everything is under the control of the Supreme Personality of God, even the sun, the moon, and other controllers and demigods like Lord Brahma and King Indra, all under his control. An ordinary human being or animal who has accepted a material body cannot go beyond the jurisdiction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's control. The material body includes senses. However, the sense activities of so-called scientists who try to be free from God's law or the laws of nature are useless. This is also confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.4. Mama Maya Dharat Yaya, it is impossible to surpass the control of material nature, for the Supreme Personality of God is working behind it. Sometimes we are proud of our austerities, penances, and mystic yogic powers, but it is clearly stated herein that one cannot surpass the laws and directions of the Supreme Personality of God, either by dint of mystic power, a scientific education, or austerities and penances. It is impossible. The word manishya, by intelligence, is also of special significance. Priyavrata might argue that Lord Brahma was requesting him to accept family life and the responsibility for ruling a kingdom, although Narada Muni had advised him not to enter household life and be entangled in material affairs. Whom to accept would be a puzzle for Priyavrata, because both Lord Brahma and Narada Muni are authorities. Under the circumstances, the use of the word manishya is very appropriate, for it indicates that since both Narada Muni and Lord Brahma are authorized to give instructions, Priyavrata should neglect neither of them, but should use his intelligence to follow the advice of both. To solve this dilemma, Srila Rupa Goswami has given a very clear conception of intelligence. He says, Anastaktasya vishayam yatartam vipayunjataha nirbandha krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchate. Vishayan, material activities, should be accepted without attachment, and everything should be dovetailed with the service of the Lord. That is real intelligence, manisha. Becoming a family man or king in the material world is not harmful if one accepts everything for Krishna's service. That necessitates clear intelligence. Mayavadi philosophers say, Brahma Satcham Jagan Mithya. This material world is false and only the absolute truth is real. However, an intelligent devotee in the line of Lord Brahma and the great sage Narada, in other words, in the Brahma Sampradaya, does not consider this world false. That which is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be false, but using it for enjoyment is. Everything is meant to be enjoyed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 5:29. Bhaktaram jagatapasam sarvaloka maheshvaram. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme proprietor and enjoyer, and therefore everything should be dovetailed for his enjoyment and service, regardless of one's circumstances, favorable or unfavorable. One should use everything to serve the Supreme Lord. That is the perfect way to use one's intelligence. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Datam Bharakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So, one may say, well, Narada Muni gave one instruction and Brahmaji gave another. But can that actually happen in our disciplic succession? We're in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Narada Brahmaji, Narada Muni, Srila Vyasadeva is coming down. So the point is that there's no really difference of instruction. It's a matter of properly utilizing one's intelligence. That's the point. But what if you don't have any intelligence? What if you're some dumb nitwit? Doesn't have any brains, what to do? You don't have any brains, what to do? We have to hear from those who do have brains. Therefore, we hear from Prabhupada. You see. Prabhupada has very good brain. So, we hear what Prabhupada says, and we do what Prabhupada says, and we always try to please Prabhupada by our thoughts, our words, our deeds in all times, all places, and circumstances. Then we will be Pakka Vaishnavas. We'll be properly situated in the pathway back to home, back to get out of this dark, dreary, hellish nightmare called material existence. You see? If we can go back home, back to Krishna Loka, that place where everything is wonderful, simply wonderful. There's no taxes, no terrorists, no disease, no old age, no polluted rivers. Everything's beautiful and wonderful and sublime, the way life is meant to be. So, if we follow this pathway, we'll get there in due course of time. Depending on our own enthusiasm, our determination, our patience, we will advance very, very slowly or very quickly. So we have our choice. Each one of us has a choice. You want to advance quickly or slowly? Your choice. We all have that choice. Make rapid advancement or very, very slow advancement. You see. But in this connection, we can always remember the example of the hare and the tortoise. You see. The hare, he can run very quickly. You see. The tortoise is So the hare was thinking pretty, oh yes, I can run very quickly, and that dumb tortoise, he just plods along little by little by little. So I think I'll take a good nap, you see. And later on I get up from my nap and finish it off. You see. But guess what? And that tortoise was going along steadily. And the hare was sound asleep. And just when the tortoise was getting me to cross the finish line, the hare woke up, oh my God, what did I do? And guess who won the race? The tortoise won the race. So therefore it is said, slow but steady wins the race. So don't feel bad if you're slow. Don't feel bad about it if you're very slow. Don't feel bad. Just be steady, that's the key. Just be steady. Steadily dedicated. I have one purpose only, that is to serve Guru and Krishna with my every thought, word, and deed in all times, places, and circumstances. If my mind gets diverted, bring it back. Yato nischalati. Manas chanchalamastadam tatastata nayam yatat atmayvabhasham yaya. From whatever and wherever the mind wanders due to its rascal, flickering and unsteady nature, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back under the control of the self. What does self mean? My rascal lusty desires? No, under the Supreme Self, Krishna, you see. Bring it back, and when myself is probably dovetailed with Krishna, yes, bring it back under myself. My true self, the eternal servant of Krishna. You see. So bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, and then make your progress, whatever you can do, day by day. Your 16 rounds, following the principles, waking up for the morning program, hearing Bhagavatam, preaching to the non-devotees, taking prasadam, honoring prasadam. What is that verse? Tadati patagrinati huyam makati prichtati bhungte bonjayate chaivas sadvidam prati lakshanam. Engage in loving relationships with the Vaishnavas. Give them gifts, receive gifts from them, reveal your heart to them, open your heart up when they open your mind up and they want to reveal their hearts to you. Give them prasadam, accept prasadam in this way by these 6 loving exchanges. Pratilakshanam. By these 6 loving exchanges, what will happen? The magic, the wonderful mystic awakening of love of God within the heart will manifest little by little by little, you see. So we have a very nice facility for these loving exchanges. What is that called? ISKCON, the International Society for Loving Exchanges. Krishna consciousness means loving exchanges, you see. If there's no loving exchanges, it's miskon, it's not ISKCON, you see. ISKCON means loving exchanges between the devotees. If we're very impersonal, yes, I'm a rock, I'm an island, I touch no one and no one touches me, you see. That's not ISKCON, you see. That's called impersonalism. No loving exchanges means Mayavadi, impersonalism. So loving exchanges, you see, that is the real meaning of the International Society for Loving Exchanges, Krishna consciousness, you see. So we have all facility. It's like somebody offered me, it's simply wonderful to do. So I accepted it. On the way back from the morning, simply wonderful. Oh. Yes, I'll accept simply wonderful. We have so many nice opportunities here. Very nice opportunities. So the instructions were also given to the daughter of Gargamuni, Gargi. Yagyavalkya instructed Gargi. Not that only men were instructed, women were also instructed, we see. My dear Gargi, everything is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even the sun, the moon, and the other controllers like King and Lord Brahma and King are all under his control. Everything's under his control. Everything's under the control of that Supreme Person. So, if you try not to be under his control, you're still under his control. The thief, he doesn't want to be controlled by the government. The government says, you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't murder, you shouldn't rape, you shouldn't do all these things, it's bad, you shouldn't do it. But the thief said, no, I will do it anyway. I will murder, I will rob, I will rape, I will do these things anyway because I want to do it. Well, he's also under the control of the state because they pull him away, lock him up, put him in the jail cell. You see. So everybody is under the control of the state. Like it or not, you're under the control of the state. So who's the intelligent person is those who abide by the laws of the state. And he lives a life of freedom. Everybody is under the control of the Supreme Person. Those who agree to follow his instructions, they live a life of freedom. They're controlled, but at the same time they're free. In fact, that relationship is so amazing. It's stated even by those who develop prema, or pure love, that Supreme Person even agrees to be under their control. They're under their control. You actually can control the Supreme Controller himself by love. Mother Jashoda is ordering Krishna, Krishna, you take those slippers to your father, not big. For a little baby, it's very difficult. These wooden, they weren't rubber, they're wooden slippers in those days. And maybe some silver and gold on them too. It was so well popular in those days. And inlaid with silver and gold also. But just for a little baby to carry a very heavy burden, his big, huge slippers, whew. But he did it on the order of Mother Jashoda, you see. So, those who attain prema, they can actually control the Supreme Controller himself. So let us agree to be controlled by that Supreme Controller by following his instructions, you see. Sarvadaman praditjaja ma mekang shadadang vraja ahang tang sarvabhabhebhyo mokshishami ma shuchaha. Give up all your ideas. I have this duty, that duty, this duty. I can't be devotee because I have this duty. Forget all that duty. You have ekadharma, one duty and one duty only, surrender to Krishna, you see. One duty only, you see. Forget all the other duties. You don't need them. Other duties are simply maya, they're entanglements, they keep you bound up in the cycle of birth and death. And if you engage in this one duty of serving Krishna, you become perfect in every other duty. Every other duty. Duty to your wife, your husband, your kids, your parents, your society, your government, everything. To the demigods, everything. When you take one duty only, surrender to Krishna, you become perfect in every duty, you see. You become the best son, the best father, the best mother, the best brother, the best sister, the best citizen. Everything perfect when you take one duty only, and that's to be surrendered to Krishna. So don't worry about neglecting other duties. I can tell you this, my dear listeners, any attempt to be perfect in other duties will always be flawed, it will always be imperfect. It will always be flawed and imperfect. You see. But when you take one duty only to surrender to Krishna, you become perfect in every single duty. You see. Anybody have any questions? Yes. I mean,
Your Grace just mentioned that if we perfect this duty to serve Krishna, every duty will get perfected. In the beginning, when we come into Krishna consciousness and we try to perfect this duty, then we get demotivated from our family members that we are not seeing them properly. We are not attending them properly.
That means you're not seeing them through the eyes of Scripture. Seeing them materialized. Actually, when one takes that Krishna consciousness seriously, he delivers all of his family members. Not only you become delivered back to Almighty God, many, many generations. Your father, mother, grandfather, your grandmother and grandfather on both sides, going back for many generations, deliver all of them.
By being myself properly situated, I can deliver them. By being myself properly situated in Krishna consciousness, I can deliver them also.
Absolutely. Many, many generations. Many, many generations delivered automatically. So wanna be the best son, the best daughter, the best grandson, the best granddaughter, the best great-grandson, the best great-great-granddaughter, by becoming fully absorbed in Krishna Bhakti. You actually love your parents? Then be a fully surrendered devotee of Krishna. Then you give the best loving service to your parents. Otherwise, your so-called love is fake. It's superficial. It's not real. Yes?
My question is that when we have to become Krishna conscious, we have to use intelligence to think, like if we are engaging in some material activities, then we have to think about Krishna from that viewpoint. So it takes time and our activities become slow. And because of that, we require more time to be Krishna conscious. But if we directly engage in Krishna's service, where like chanting holy name.
Why do you engage everything directly in Krishna service? Why anything else besides directly engaging in Krishna service? Why would you want to do anything else besides directly engaging in Krishna service? You have some reason? Why anything besides directly serving Krishna? You should be directly serving Krishna 24/7, like Arjuna. Everything should be directly engaged with Krishna. Why do anything else? You have some reason to do something else besides directly engaging in Krishna service?
Like for
Krishna said, Sarvadaman Parirja. Is that only in the temple? It's not at home or in your workplace? Sarvadaman Parirja means 24/7. All our duties, kick him out. One duty, only direct service to Krishna. Isn't that what Krishna says? Sarvadaman. But Arjuna said, I don't want to do this battle. Because no, you do it on my order. You see. So you may say, well, how's fighting a battle direct service to Krishna? Normally it wouldn't be. Because it's some motivation. I want to win a war and become a king or a prince. But on the order of Krishna, when you fight a battle, it's direct service. So the spiritual master says, do this, do that, it's direct service.
so if my parents are telling to work for like 2-3 more years,
If what?
if parents are telling to work for 2-3 more years, then you can join as a brahmachari or something.
You should, if the parents said he worked 3 or 4 more years,
2-3 more years. So we should engage in that.
hmm?
We should do our job for 2-3 more years.
Do your job or japa?
Job.
Job.
Or we should directly...
Jabba. If the spiritual master says you should keep your parents happy, at the same time chant Hare Krishna, then that's direct service.
So we should do that.
Spiritual master orders you keep your parents happy, pacify them, and at the same time chant Hare Krishna. That's direct service in the order of the spiritual master. Isn't it? Yes.
Gurudev, thank you for the class. What about spiritual emotion?
Emotions?
Yes, spiritual emotion. We must control spiritual emotion or no?
Prabhupada said, Prabhupada calls it emotional love of God. If there's no emotions, it's Mayavadi. Mayavadi means kick out all emotions. Krishna consciousness means awaken divine emotions within the heart. You see? What does Bhaktivinoda say? You see, when in Navadvip along the Ganges bank, chanting Gaur-Nityananda, half mad of mind, when will that day be mine? You see? Krishna consciousness means awaken spiritual emotions. Premanjanita bhakti valochanena santak sadaiva hridayesha valokayanti yang shama shunjaramachintyaganasvarupam govindam adipurusham tamabhajami. I worship Govinda, the prime people Lord, who is Shama Sundar, Krishna himself with inconceivable innumerable attributes. And the pure devotees see in the heart of hearts with the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love, you see. Krishna consciousness means awakening spiritual emotions. You see? When will what is that prayer? When will my eyes be dedicated with tears of love? Yeah, Lord Chaitanya. When will my eyes be dedicated with tears of love while chanting your holy names? That means spiritual emotions. Of course, we shouldn't fake it like some Hollywood actor, you know. You go up in front of the deities and you're good at, you're trained, you can make some tears come out and all the devotees see the tears, you know. Oh, just see a self-realized devotee. See, a professional actor can make tears, I'm not on that level, but a professional actor can make tears come out of their eyes for the camera. Us amateurs can't do that, but a professional actor can do all kinds of things like that. They train themselves to cry on whenever they want, they can make tears come out. So let's say a professional actor goes in front of the deities and he makes the tears come out and he turns around like this so everybody can see the tears. So everybody can say, oh, he must be a pure devotee. No, we don't want to show emotions, you see. Will my hair stand on end much? We don't want to make a show of these things. But actually, when they actually come, that's a great blessing. If you can actually have tears coming out of your eyes reading the pastimes of Krishna, or the pastimes of Bhishma, when he was filled up with arrows on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. If you can actually have tears of anguish, or tears of love, it's a very wonderful thing when they come. It's a special blessing. So we want those spiritual emotions. Yeah. We want spiritual emotions. Yeah. Next. We ended here. Yes.
Does like learning Srimad Bhagavatam without practical service makes our heart hard?
Srimad Bhagavatam is also, reading is also practical service. It's all service, you see. Is reading Bhagavatam not service? There's different services. Service for the eyes, service for the ears, service for the hands, service. This is all service. Whether I'm washing the dishes or I'm reading the Bhagavatam, they're both devotional service. Say I'll only read Bhagavatam and not doing it, that's not proper. We should accept everything. You see, Krishna served. Arjuna said, well, I'll only hear Bhagavad Gita and won't fight the battle. I really hear, I was standing in the chariot, I'll keep hearing, this is my devotional service, but I refuse to fight the battle. No. So you hear, hearing is devotional service, and then doing cleaning the temple, preaching, washing the dishes, cooking and offering arti. It's all practical service. Even hearing is practical service. But you say, I only do this and not the other one, then that's Maya, is it? I'm a great pandit, I only sit here and study Shastra 24 hours a day, bring my prasadam, bring my clean laundry, you know. I'm just going to sit here and study and Shastra 24 hours a day. No, that's not proper, is it? Whatever required, service, Prabhupada, the devotional service means do the needful. Whatever needs to be done, do that. You see, that's practical devotional service. You need to read, you need to chant, you need to take rest, all these things are required. Do the needful. That's what always Prabhupada, many times he said, do the needful. So that's practical service, do the needful.
But like if I am washing my clothes.
Doing what?
If I am washing my clothes.
Doing what?
Washing my clothes.
Washing his clothes.
Washing your clothes, okay.
And I am reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
Being clean is all, the devotee is meant to be cleaner, suchi.
But
So
like,
washing clothes is also devotional
food
service.
does not give the same nourishment to me.
No, it's all, actually they're all equally beneficial if done in the right mood.
What is that?
Arjuna got the same benefit by hearing Bhagavad Gita and killing his enemies on the battlefield. He got the same benefit. So whether you're washing your laundry or taking bath or offering an arti or cooking an offering or going out for preaching work, if it's in a proper mood of trying to please Guru and Krishna, it's all equally beneficial. Anything else? Or we call it quits here. It's almost 9, so.
Any chat?
Yeah?
Any chat?
Oh yes, look in the chat window. Yeah, here's a chat coming in from Govardhan Das in Vrindavan. Okay. Lives behind in Vrindavan. And sometimes we get different guidance from different leaders, especially regarding illicit sex. That's one of those controversial topics. Here's the argument. Let's look at both sides of it. Prabhupada usually says no sex outside of marriage. Illicit sex means no sex life out of marriage. Some argue that means within marriage. Go for it. Have fun. No problem. It's within marriage. But if you want to accept that argument, that Prabhupada usually says no sex life out of marriage, then what does he say about meat eating? He says no meat eating. No. Usually it says no meat eating. Only rarely say no fish and no eggs. So if you take that same argument, then eggs and fish are okay. You see? If you want to apply the same logic that Pablo usually said, no sex life outside of marriage, which usually says, but yet many times in the books you can see, in the lectures, in the Veda, only for procreation. He makes it very clear. And he even says if you use your wife for recreational sex, you're taking her as a prostitute. He even says that heavy with it. You see? He goes that heavy with it. So if you ignore all that and say, well, it says no sex out of marriage, let me not look at the details, y'all. Let me just see the basic thing. No sex out of marriage. Okay, great, I'm married. We can have fun whatever we want, and the bedroom is there, let's go for it. You see? Well, with the same token, get some fish and eggs, have fun, scrambled eggs for breakfast today, Kijai. Prabhupada usually says no meat eating, so it's not meat, it's just eggs. The same logic is there, you see. So we have to be intelligent and realize the real point is Rishikesha Rishikena Sevanam. On a practical level, if you have sex for fun, you get the world pregnant, you get a little brat who's not interested in Krishna consciousness. See, in the Vedic system, what's called Garbhadam Samskara. Just like initiation is a samskara. It's a sacred ceremony, the initiation ceremony. Getting married is also a samskara. A whole ritual is done, marriage, to make it very sacred. There was also, when you want to make your wife pregnant, there was a whole samskara to make it sacred. The act of sex life was sacred. There's a whole, you call the Brahmins to chant mantras, the whole thing before you try to impregnate your wife. It's a whole ritual, but the Brahmins were called, the mantras were chanted, it was a special thing. So Prabhupada simplified it by what? 50 rounds. Simplified version of Garbhadam and Samskara. You see? So the interesting thing is, if you follow the actual system given by Prabhupada, 50 rounds, once in a month, 4 to 6 days after the menstrual cycle, when the life is most likely to get pregnant, guess what? You get free from sex desire by having sex. That's the interesting thing about it. The goal is to become free from sex desire, so if you follow that system, you can get free from sex desire by having sex. Pretty interesting, you see. Krishna says, Kamosmi Badapashtapa, I am that sex life, which according to religious principles. So just like Prashadam is Krishna, that sex is also Krishna, following the regulated principles. So it's very clear, and if somebody wants to give their own opinion, good luck. We recommend don't follow this opinion, that opinion. Take Prabhupada's teachings of your life and soul. Do what Prabhupada says, not what so-and-so says. So-and-so may want to become follower, probably don't have a lot of followers by giving a new watered-down version, but it's difficult to make advancement in Krishna consciousness if you engage in sense gratification. I don't want to criticize other devotees who preach, because they're all my worshipful God brothers, so I offer my obeisance at their feet, but on a practical level, if you engage in sense gratification unnecessarily, you are hurting your spiritual life. You're hurting yourself. So don't hurt yourself by compromising the principles in some way to find a loophole for sense gratification. The whole idea is that Rishikesha Rishikena Sevanam, engage your senses in the service of the master of the senses, Rishikesh. So that should be 24 hours a day for brahmacharis, grahastas, vanaprasthas, and sannyasis. And if you do so, you'll be blissful. Whether you're married, whether you're vanaprastha, whether you're sannyasi or brahmachari, in every situation, you'll be ecstatic. You'll be tasting bliss 24 hours a day. That answers that one. Anything else? We have a little bit over time. Anything else? Everybody satisfied now? Was I too heavy? I don't want to complain going to the Guru Service Committee. Gurudev he's a monster. He's a monster. He discourages with the class. We're going to file a report with the Guru Service Committee to get him suspended as a guru because his classes are too heavy. I can't handle it. Am I bewildered by hearing his lectures? I can't take it anymore. Let's make a report to get him suspended as a guru. I want to make sure everyone's happy with what I said. Everybody happy? Yes. No one's bewildered or confused or angry. Everybody happy? Anybody bewildered? Okay, good. Yes.
Like Narad Muni is giving instruction to Priyas Maharaj that if you don't entangle yourself in family life, like Narad Muni is saying that, and you serve Krishna, then everyone will be satisfied. So why does he has to engage in family life just by serving Krishna? Why
There
don't?
was a need, a service need. Someone had, the universe needed a proper king or guidance. That's why there was a need for it. Otherwise he could have stayed a brahmachari.
But
There was a service need. So that's why you're encouraged to get married.
if he serves Krishna, then
On the practical level, the universe needed the king is, or a government is required for a practical level, otherwise the thieves will take advantage of it. There's a practical need for good government, isn't it? See, let's ban the government, everybody become brahmacharis and go live in the forest. The thieves will take advantage. So good government is required. We need Krishna conscious government, varnashram dharma. A good government is required. So that's why he was asked to get married, become a king. That makes sense? Okay, there's nothing else?
Hare Krishna Shri Gurudev. So apart from doing the 16 rounds of chanting, the more sadhana which Srila Prabhupada has recommended, like reading and hearing his lectures. And suppose after doing 16, I just completed 16 rounds and I have been given service. So shall I go ahead for the service, or shall I, no, I want to read and I want to hear. So what should be my preference?
Do both. Increase your rounds and do your service. Same. Want to do both?
I can hear while doing the service, I can hear. And whatever.
Want to increase everything. More chanting, more hearing, more serving. Increase everything. Why not? Unlimitedly increase everything.
How much you keep it?
Pardon me?
You hear how much you keep it, how much you use it.
Okay.
And now you can do the service and you can hear how much you keep it and how much you do it, use it.
So what about reading Guru Mata?
Huh?
Reading.
And now reading also how much you use it.
Anybody satisfied now? No problema? No problem? Okay. Thank you very much. Oh,
But
yeah?
still, like I feel that if we exclusively devote our time for reading, chanting, hearing, we become more stabilized and right mood.
More what?
If we spend exclusive time for reading, chanting,
Actually, why not read and chant 24 hours a day and do service 24 hours a day? That's perfection. Make everything unlimited. Unlimited reading, unlimited chanting, unlimited hearing, unlimited serving. Make everything 24 hours a day. It's mystical, but it's practical also. The point is squeeze in as much reading, chanting, hearing, and serving as you possibly can in 24 hours a day. Squeeze as much as you possibly squeeze in. And Krishna will empower you to squeeze more and more and more and more and more. If your desires become a pure devotee, you gotta squeeze out all the lust, anger, greed, malice, delusion, and envy. And the more you hear, the more you chant, the more you remember, the more you serve, it all gets squeezed out. Just like you have a towel and you squeeze the water out until it becomes dry. So we've got all that lust, and got to squeeze as hard as you can, get all that water to come out as much as possible. So you got to squeeze as much hearing, chanting, remembering, and serving as possibly can in your 24 hours a day. And if you do that, even you'll have Krishna conscious dreams also.
But our health will be compromised by that.
Compromise? Why compromise with Maya?
Health.
Huh?
Our health will be compromised if we...
Oh no, your health is part of it too. Put yourself in the best possible health. Do everything you can to be as healthy as possible, 24 hours a day. At the same time, do all of it unlimitedly. Unlimited good health, unlimited hearing, chanting, make all of it unlimited. Unlimited good diet, unlimited proper rest, proper bathing, everything unlimited. Why not? What's the difficulty? Any difficulty? Thank you very much.